welcome to episode 152 of our Family Travel Australia series. This week we kick off our outback adventures in Charleville, staying at an awesome off-grid bush camp, and we get to witness a very unique weather event. Plus we get access to a modern day School of the Air sitting in on a live classroom lesson, and we are left awe-inspired after a visit to the incredible Cosmos Centre, taking in the billions of stars. Then we stop by a pub in the smallest town on the longest road in Australia, and Jasper treats all the dads out there to a special performance for Father's Day. If you like the episode, give us a thumbs up, and if you love our channel, make sure you've subscribed.
Welcome back to Charleville and the start of our Natural Sciences Loop adventure. Before we tell you about that, let's talk about where we're staying here. It's the Charleville Bush Camp. We actually stayed here a couple of years ago and we loved it then, and it's just as good now.
Yeah, it is. In fact, I actually think they've made some big improvements since we were here last time, particularly around the grounds. Now, it's a 40-acre property and it is a bush camp. They do, however, offer powered sites. We opted to camp in the unpowered area, which is so great because we're the only ones here, and we've got this beautiful expanse of grassy areas, trees, and of course that incredible orange red dirt that Charleville is so famous for just about everywhere. There's also loads of old relics, as you can see behind us, the old cars that are rusting away.
Very cool. A great playground actually for Jasper. He's, as you can see him running around in the background, burning off some energy.
Yes. Now they've got some great amenities on site as well, and some other things to entertain you, like their stargazing beds.
That's it. Okay.
Put it on the starbed where you put yours. Ugh.
Yeah. Starbed. Okay. Push that up, righto. Now just lay back and wait till night time.
Come on.
Here we go. This is us. G'day, mate. What are you doing here?
Waiting to watch the stars.
Yeah, I'm waiting to watch the stars too. Yeah. Let's just hope it doesn't rain anymore. Otherwise we're going to be in Lake Charleville.
Yes. It's already kind of it.
They've also got a really great sunset viewing area and a communal fire pit for everybody to gather around in the afternoon, like now when it starts to cool off.
All right, there is a dump point on site as well, which is an added bonus. No smokers allowed.
No.
And no pets allowed. So if you've got a smoking dog, definitely not allowed to bring that.
No, but the upside is there is plenty of wildlife. We have seen kangaroos on the property. The bird life has just been beautiful and really, really quiet as well, waking up to the songs of the birds in the morning.
All right, it's only a couple of kilometres on the outskirts of town, and this is the start of what is known as the Natural Sciences Loop. It can go from Cunnamulla through to Charleville or vice versa as we're doing it, roughly 1,000 kilometres. This is a perfect itinerary if you're looking for an initiation into an outback adventure with your family or your partner or yourself, whether you're in a swag or a two-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive or you're towing a rig like us. This is great because it's completely bitumen the whole way. And you could do this itinerary in a week and see it all. We're actually going to take a few weeks to really make sure that we can bring you the best of this experience.
Yes, and it includes natural history and science and heritage, and there is so much from dinosaurs to rare gems to incredible starry open skies to the amazing outback landscapes and so much more. I'm quietly excited about the mud baths at Eulo and of course the Great Artesian Basin that runs through this entire area of South West Queensland. We are going to put together an itinerary. We are going to do an ebook of exactly where we are stopping and staying and all of the experiences and activities that we are going to enjoy over this next couple of weeks, and we'll get that up on our website.
Excellent. There'll even be a free quick guide version for those of you who just want the quick reference. If you want to support us a bit further, then make sure you grab yourself a copy. Let's get started. Charleville last week was full of experiences, but there is so much more. We're now going to take you over for something very unique that happens every morning here in Charleville. Good morning. Okay, something very unusual. It's a first for the Feel Good family. We are checking out the release of
the weather balloon.
The weather balloon.
Yeah.
Very cool. This is quite interesting actually because the balloon itself, it's made of latex, although we're told that they are looking for environmentally friendly ways to change this because there are lots of these balloons released around the world. This one is measuring temperature, wind direction and wind speed, which hopefully goes to helping the meteorologist determine the weather forecast.
Yeah, really cool. Interesting facts. I think there's 1,300 weather balloons that are released every day all around the world. 38 of those are in Australia, including Antarctica. This one here in Charleville. I tell you what, it is so cool to see all the people here. So it happens every morning at 9:15 and we've been coming and going and doing some different experiences. There's always a crowd.
There really is.
Weather is really interesting.
Well, I haven't seen this pop up anywhere else in our travels around Australia. I'm sure there's plenty of places that do it. So it is a unique experience. It's a little bit anticlimactic, isn't it? Because what happens is it releases and then all of a sudden you can't see it. So you don't want to be late to this experience. Let's put it that way.
I saw it when it was so far up.
That's right. We've seen it on a few mornings where it's been way up there and it can actually travel for hundreds of kilometres capturing data. So pretty cool.
Look, it's about Jasper in diameter, the size of it. I think in my head I pictured it the size of the Land Cruiser.
Massive balloon.
Anyway.
I pictured it the size of me.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it was. There he goes. Up and away. Jasper.
Done. Boom.
Now guess what? That is going to help the meteorologists, the weathermen, get the weather right 100% of the time.
Look how far it's gone up.
Yeah. All right, now we're heading off for another cool experience that they have here in Charleville, and that is...
the School of Distance Education.
Yes, aka the School of the Air. This should be quite interesting.
Yeah, again, they do tours every day, so you can actually go and sit in on a lesson and learn how the kids out here in the outback learn. So that'll be fun, won't it?
Actually, we don't want to be tardy.
Yeah, no, we better go.
The school.
Yeah.
Quick, get in your seat, we gotta go.
Could get a detention. All right, let's do it.
Bye.
Bye.
Travelling full time, we do get loads of questions about Jasper and his education. And as you would know if you've been watching our channel, we started prep with him this year doing homeschooling. We also had looked at distance education as an alternative option. So to be able to come into the School of Distance Education here in Charleville and experience one of their morning tours was awesome. I have to say this has been an absolute highlight for me of our time here in Charleville. The tour costs $5 per adult, and those monies actually go towards the 130 students that do learn through this network, extending out to the furthest reaches of Queensland, and that could be up in the Cape, out to Birdsville. It actually could be anywhere. The school also allows students who are travelling or those who actually don't fit into a mainstream school to come and learn. Now, we were met by Jenny, and she gave us so much fantastic information about the origins of how the School of Distance Education actually came about in the 50s, and took us through the evolution of the technology that has been used to teach these students, from the big HF radios to conference calling telephones to now with the introduction of the internet having everything digital. And what was fantastic was that we were able to sit in on a Year 9 history lesson with teacher Dave and see him interact with the children over the screen. This was a highlight for Jasper. He actually came out and said, wow, I really loved that. And it was great to be able to see the kids' responses to the questions that he was asking them, and their learning in real time. We then toured through their incredible library facility, which again made Jasper's eyes open wide. And we got to see some of the younger grades in action, including Year 3, Year 1 and Prep. Stand at the glass and wave to the kids on the screen. What I loved was hearing all of the information about how this school supports these families, not only through the resources that they provide, but also the ongoing education and training they provide to the parents who are supporting these children on their learning endeavours. Look, for $5, this is an absolute awesome tour to come and do and get an appreciation for what these incredible teachers and the staff out here at the Charleville Distance Education School are providing to communities all around Queensland.
If you love your weather, of course everyone loves talking about the weather, you'll love this story. It's about a guy back in the 1900s known as Clement Raggy. This guy was a renowned or a world-class meteorologist, and in hearing about the drought that Western Queensland was suffering from, he decided to get some fundraising together to bring out what was known as the Steiger Vortex Gun, aka the rain-making machine. Well, he put these out here, he got all the support from the locals, they fired them, and nothing happened other than people having to dive for cover. It was, however, a few weeks later that the rain eventually did come and break that drought. So in some people's minds, maybe it worked, albeit a little bit late. He went on to be an Australian famous meteorologist, and the word inclement actually is given to this guy, his first name being Clement Raggy. And something cool, being a larrikin, was that he was the first man in the world to actually name cyclones. And in his true humour, he decided to name them after politicians of the day, claiming that politicians were in fact natural disasters. And of course that resulted in quite a few laughs, but not many laughs from those friends in high places, but made the public love him even more. Very cool. You can come and check these out just on the outskirts of town. That's it. Move over that way a little bit. Perfect. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love Charleville!
We are going to the Cosmos Centre.
Yes!
And we're going to see space.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
I'm going to wave to Elon Musk.
Maybe.
Maybe some aliens as well.
And then UFO.
The Cosmos Centre here in Charleville. Truly an experience that is out of this world.
It's awesome.
I thought it was all right. Okay, what do they offer here? There are 6 different experiences. We got to enjoy a handful of them. Our first experience was a few nights ago. Perfectly clear night to partake in what can only be described as extraordinary.
Oh, the absolute highlight. It was the small and personal tour with Ash, who was so passionate and enthusiastic and knowledgeable and sharing so much mind-blowing, almost hurt your head if you try and think about it too much, information with the small group. Being able to get up and look through that 30-inch telescope, which is the largest commercial telescope here in Queensland, at this incredible sky out here, and take in, you know, just a small selection of the trillion stars that are actually out there was unbelievable.
Look, I think the highlight and the way this experience finished was being able to look at Saturn. What an incredibly beautiful looking planet with the 7 rings. I think he said 82 moons.
Incredible.
I mean, we only got 1.
Yeah.
What? I mean, it's truly breathtaking stuff. And to really get your head around, as you said, the distances that are in space, and it certainly does make you feel insignificant, but it does make you feel in awe of what we're a part of.
Oh, all of it is fascinating. For me, the highlight was listening to Jasper when Paul would take him up to the telescope, and the whole group would just be so filled with joy to hear his responses of, "This is amazing." He absolutely loved it.
Raw, beautiful emotions, and that, you know, is the best bit about travelling with kids, isn't it? All right, the other real highlight here is the planetarium, also known as the Astrodome, to watch a film called The Birth of a Planet, and that being Earth. Absolutely mind-blowing photography. And at only $10, make sure that you do add that to your experiences when you come to the Cosmos Centre. The other highlight was the sun viewing experience.
Yes, getting to look through a very rare solar scope. I believe the only one here in Australia. And to actually be able to look at the sun without damaging your eyes, and of course being able to see things like the sunspots and the solar flares and get all of that incredible information about our sun was just awesome.
Hey guys, look at this. This is a solar scope and it's made for looking at the sun. How cool is that? South West Outback. Look, we're once again. Hi, Australia.
Good timing.
Whoa. Hey, look, there's the moon. I think it's the moon. How you doing, Mr. Moon? Hi. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And of course there is a huge selection of space-themed merchandise, a lot of really great educational stuff on offer as well. And if you're anything like us, you will probably get suckered into buying something.
Yeah, we got suckered in again. I tell you, good advice here is actually to go for one of the pins. They don't weigh a lot if you're travelling in a van, and they'll probably last a little bit longer as well. Look, it was pretty cool actually. We got him a NASA pin, so besides that being his real highlight here, I think getting to hold an actual meteorite was awesome for all of us, and found just up the road at Blackall. Really cool. Really fantastic, great no matter what age you are. If you are a travelling family, absolutely put this on your list. There's plenty to do with the kids. There's even an old arcade game, Space Invaders, and a group of other games that you can play. Everything is very interactive. You can touch buttons, hear recordings, sounds from space, sounds from planets, recordings from man's first steps on the moon. It is a wonderful experience for the whole family.
And it is super popular, so we would definitely suggest if you're heading out to Charleville and you know what dates you will be here, check the weather and then get online and book yourself into some of these experiences so you don't miss out.
Vastly changed.
Look at this.
Of the 200 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy, some
Guess what?
perhaps
What?
many
If you were an astronaut, you'd be able to do that with without any skill. You know how?
How?
Because space doesn't have any gravity. On Earth, we do.
This is a
Well done.
Excellent. Public dump point down there. The Cosmos Centre straight across the road. How about that? My blue job of dumping the toilet has now turned into a pink job. Just kidding. That's just an in-joke with Katie and I. Okay, the other reason why we're actually here, I actually first should mention the public dump point here. The reason why we're using it is to dump our number ones. And that is because we have a composting toilet in our new van, and it is called a Nature's Head. And the number ones compartment is kept separate from the number twos, which do compost. Now, we've only changed it over once. We're coming up to our second changeover. We're changing it over, well, so far, first go was after 4 weeks. And so now we're going to change it after 3 weeks to see if there's any difference. We're really trying to get our heads around understanding absolutely the pros and cons, because we are getting so many questions about this. And so it's an interesting thing, isn't it? But we are going to let you know our verdict on the composting toilet in an upcoming episode. But for now, we're going to fill up our drinking water, which is excellent to find this sign in the outback, isn't it? And down here you can see we've got mains T2, tank 2, D for drinking tank, dedicated, and T1 for tank 1. The reason why I'm filling up just the drinking tank is so that I know that I have definitely got a dedicated tank that can't get contaminated by any other water source that may have an issue out here. There's been a lot of rain, and normally with a lot of rain, water sources can get contaminated. So this way, we know we've got plenty of water on board if we get thirsty and we need it. All right, let's get going to our next campsite. Looking forward to this.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feel feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now. Let's move closer to a new history, find out what we can be together. Take my hand and we will conquer the world. This is our final chance. 'Cause one day we'll be looking back at this. We were in a big mess together. But we found a way to choose right from wrong. We found the strength to go on together. To go on together. Yeah. To go on together.
Where are we, Jasper?
We're at Cooladdi.
Cooladdi. What's its claim to fame?
It's the smallest town in Australia.
They've got everything here. Accommodation, souvenirs, burgers. Look at that, it's the post office. Fuel stop. And a pub as well. G'day. How you doing?
That's good.
Here we go.
Be careful.
Yeah. This is safe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What's your name?
Laurel.
Laurel, the publican and owner of this fine establishment, has given me permission to graffiti on the roof. What are we writing, Jasper?
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Here we go. Happy almost spelled this all wrong. Father's Day 2022. And should I
The
put?
Feel Good Family.
Okay, the Feel Good Family. That's good. The
Feel good family, eh?
Yeah, that's us.
That's
Feel good.
us.
Boom. Family.
Well, that's good. You feel good every day.
And we'll do a little map of Oz.
That's pretty good, Tom.
That's smart.
Boom.
Tassie.
There we go. And where are we? Out here somewhere. Dude, that's us right there. And that's Jasper's head.
Good job. What do you think? Did you do good?
2 thumbs.
2 thumbs.
Okay, Laurel, how do you pronounce your fine town?
Cooladdi.
Cooladdi.
Yes,
Okay.
Cooladdi. We have a population of 3, and you are in the smallest town on the longest road in Australia.
And we have just doubled your population.
Longest
That is
shortest.
great. And Foxtrap, how did this is just the name of the pub or
Yes.
okay, and how did it get that name?
A gentleman by the name of Bob Fox originally built it here in 1974. In those days was a lot of shearers, and they would come in after they shed, put their money on the bar, and some of them were still here a couple of days later. One of the wives rang up and said, "Is my husband there?" And they said, "Yes." She said, "Well, you better name it Foxy's Trap." And that's how it got
Foxtrap.
Wow.
That is great.
That's
Excellent.
awesome. And I bet it had a few more locals back in those days.
Yeah, 270 people used to be.
Okay. Wow.
Wow. So there is a, I guess, an area with buildings still and...
Oh, only the railway siding and the hall. That's what's left.
Okay.
The rest is good. We still have our own postcode. We don't share it with anyone.
Okay.
That's great.
That's awesome. And you are the post office as well?
Yes.
That's amazing.
There you go. Come pick up your post. Have a bevy.
That's right.
Get caught in the foxtrap.
It's how it should be everywhere at the post office. It certainly make going to the post office more enjoyable.
That's great. Oh, thank you, Laurel. And Roxanne looking after us. We're going to have a bit of a bite to eat under the tree up front, aren't we? pit stop, isn't it, Jasper? Who are the chippies?
So good.
So good, I got you. Alright, we would recommend that you do stop here at the Fox Trap. And you don't necessarily have to have a beverage, but certainly try the chips, they're very good. Thank you, Roxanne inside, who whipped up our toasted sangers and hot chippies.
So good.
The perfect Father's Day meal.
So good. So good.
And we are 88 kilometres from Charleville and 122 kilometres to Quilpie. So not quite halfway, but there is literally no traffic because it is Sunday.
Amazing.
So we're just taking it nice and easy, enjoying the sunshine while we've got it.
Father's Day?
Yes.
Yeah. Even
Isn't that
Laurel
good?
said it was strangely quiet today, so it must be a combination of Father's Day and Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to Dad. Happy Father's Day to Dad. Happy Father's Day, dear Dad. Happy Father's Day to you.
Did
Thank
you say Father's Day or?
Father's Day.
Got to be careful there, a little bit of a Freudian slip. Thank you, mate. Thank you for making me a dad. That's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, let's get back on the road.
Hey guys, it's Father's Day. I just wanted to jump in and say good Father's Day to all the dads out there, including my dad. Thank you, Dad. And, well, I hope you have a good Father's Day and not a bad one. Bye.
Is this deja vu?
This is not the first time, is it, that you've seen me in this compromising position? Okay, let's have a look. Amazing that our hose fits. Look at this. Come with me. Look. Our good old flat out hose. I think I've done a review on that hose. If not, I'll give you a bit of a review on that soon because it is awesome. And look at that. Talk about just making it. Literally. It fits. Unbelievable.
Good job.
Thanks.
Hey, I just walked up to the Vic. They're closed. They're only open on a Saturday and Sunday until 1 p.m. here in Quilpie. But they've got great information on all of the road closures, Paulie, up on the windows so that you can check off. So I've taken some photos. On the drive in, it said that the road through to Thargomindah, which basically is the road that you follow from Quilpie, is currently closed. Channel Country is certainly flowing out here, so we'll keep an eye on that over the next few days, and hopefully we can continue the natural sciences loop around to Thargomindah without having to head back to Charleville.
Might not be a loop.
No.
Might be the natural sciences arc.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a quick review on this now. It is Flat Out Hoses International, that's the name of the company. Australian made and owned, I think out of the Hunter, down there in central coast of New South Wales. These are fantastic. Not only do you make you feel like a fireman, but they're also stackable and they're just so compact and they store so easily in the van, and it's a great way to make sure you're not getting water and stuff into the boot of your caravan. All right, simply you're just going to roll it as though you were a fireman and just roll it up and keep going. We'll do this and I'll speed it up so it's much more enjoyable for you to watch. Here we go. Look at that, last little bit of water out of there. And then I might have it in my pocket. Yes. Get yourself one of these little guys from Bunnings, a little adapter. Then what you want to do, put one in one end, boom, the other on there. Look at that. Flat out hoses. How good is that? And if you go on our website, there is a Feel Good discount code. Basically what that's going to get you is free shipping around Australia after a certain spend. Anyway, check out the details on our website. Love these hoses. Hello?
I am Jasper.
Hey Jasper.
And tonight I want to perform a special few songs for all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, mate.
Should we get a move on?
Yes, we should.
Okay. What instrument would you like? Australia, all around that big country town. Ooh, ooh.
Thank you so much, mate. That was beautiful.
Which one would you like next?
Next week on Family Travel Australia. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family and happy trails. Me!
Okay, come on. Dad, which slide do you want to go down?
Just quietly. I don't know.
Is they going to fit?
Jasper. Wow, that was scary fast. You might already know this, but what is great about that is that you can isolate the drinking tank and use it only for drinking water, because if there was a problem, you'll solve it. And the...
How do I? Okay.
Do you know when I first met Mum, she told me I was a bit of a space invader. Get it?
Mum, come here.
Yeah.
It's really different to what you do on Earth.
Regular toilets are not an option when things float.
That would be crazy.
And here's the thing. Guess what? That's the thing for...
And of course there is a huge range of space-themed merchandise, a lot of great education.
Flick that fly to f***ing outer space.
One small spend for Dad, one pin for me.